Small business owners these days really need to make an effort to make sure they have an online presence, generally a website. Hi, my name is Mireya McDonald, and I will be going over some basic website terminology for the small business owner. A little bit of history. In the year 2000, there were about 17 million websites in existence. Now, in the year 2020, there are upwards of 2 billion websites in existence. Why this huge jump? Well, in the year 2000, if you wanted a website, you either had to hire a web designer or learn how to code yourself. Well, nowadays, 2020, creating a website is as easy as putting in your credit card info in a few clicks, and there you go. Before you put together your own website, you first need to figure out the domain name for your site. A domain name is like an address on an apartment building. It's what you type in to get where you want to go. Just like with Google Maps, you type in an address and it gets you where you want to go. And you can see here, google.com is a domain name. When you get ready to choose your domain name, choose one that's really going to show your business. People aren't going to search for welovechocolateCake.com when your bakery is called Swanson's Bakery. They're going to want to look for Swanson's Bakery. So my suggestion is you go to domise.com. It's one of my favorite sites for this. And you go ahead and you type in the search box what you want to call your website. And right away it tells you whether that website name is available or not. And it tells you whether it's available as a .com or a .net or .org. It's a really great website for figuring that out. Now, once you figured out what you want your domain name to be, you're going to need to purchase hosting for your website. Web hosting is actually a service that is provided by a web host company. The company has various web servers scattered throughout the world, but generally, if it's an American company, they're here in the US. A server is actually a physical object where not a cloud. Some examples of hosting companies are HostGator, Bluehost, and GoDaddy. I highly recommend HostGator. That's one of my favorites. And when you purchase a hosting package from any of these companies, they will more often than not include a free domain name in the purchase. Now, going along with the apartment analogy, the web host company owns the entire building. The entire building is actually a server. Now, the next step after getting your hosting is you're going to want to build a website. But the question I get a lot is, what's the difference between a website and a web page? A website is like an apartment within that apartment building. A web page is like a room within that apartment. A website can have many web pages, just like an apartment can have many rooms. But a web page can only belong to one site, just like a particular room is only in one particular apartment. Now, once you've figured out what you're hosting and your domain name, the easiest way to build your website is to use a content management system. My favorite is WordPress. It's very easy to use, and most hosting companies have one-click installs, or you can usually just call them up and they'll automatically install it on your website for you. Now, this is the easiest way to build a website if you're not a designer. You can go through and pick out a theme, you can pick out colors and fonts, and design it from there. It's the easiest way to build a website. Going back to that apartment analogy, a domain name is the address for an apartment building. The whole building is a server owned by the hosting company, with each apartment within that building a different website, and each room within each apartment is a different web page. And the way we design and decorate each room is with a content management system. I hope this has been useful in teaching you how to use some terminology and figure out how to build your own website. I hope you have fun doing that. Thanks. Have a great day.